Hello good day viewers, here is the continuation of our yesterday's tutorial. We are given a quadratic equation 5x squared minus 11x plus 1 equal to 0, where alpha and beta are said to be the quadratic roots of this quadratic equation. We are asked to form another quadratic equation that has the roots 3 divided by alpha plus 3 divided by beta, and the second root is 5 alpha minus 5 beta. All right. As always, we are going to find the sum and the product of alpha and beta. So a, which is the leading coefficient of our quadratic equation, is 5. B, which is the coefficient of x, is negative 11. And c is the constant, which is 1. So let's start by finding the sum, which is alpha plus beta. You know it is given by negative b divided by a. This is equal to negative 11 is positive 11, right? So we have positive 11 divided by a, which is 5. For the product, we have alpha beta. You know it is given as c divided by a, where c is 1 and a is 5. So we have the sum alpha plus beta as 11 over 5. Let me bring it here. While the product alpha times beta is what? 1 divided by 5. So now let's get started. To form that quadratic equation as well, we have to find the sum of this and their product. Let me start with their sum. Sum meaning we should add them together. We have 3 divided by alpha plus 3 divided by beta, right? Then we have to add the second root, which is 5 alpha minus 5 beta, right? Now let us simplify this. This is equal to, from these two we can add them together as 3 alpha plus 3 beta divided by alpha beta, right? Then we add the second one as 5 alpha minus 5 beta. Now let us factorize because it is factorable. We have 3 here in common, so we can bring 3 outside. Inside we have alpha plus beta divide by alpha beta. Then plus here we have 5 in common, multiplied by alpha minus beta. Already we have the sum and the product, but we don't have anything as difference. So now let us derive this difference and bring it back. Alpha minus beta, this can be written as the square root of alpha minus beta, but whole squared, right? They are the same thing, which we can expand as the square root of alpha squared plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. This is the expanded form of alpha minus beta all squared. But alpha squared plus beta squared is the same thing as alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta. If you want to derive it, you can take alpha plus beta, you square that. So this is equal to the square root of alpha plus beta whole squared minus 2 alpha beta. But remember, we have another minus 2 alpha beta, make it minus 4 alpha beta, right? So let me make it just minus 4 here. And now we can simplify this, or we should take it back. So this is where we stop. I'm going to replace alpha minus beta with the square root of alpha plus beta all squared minus 4 alpha beta. So we have our sum to be equal to 3 alpha plus beta divided by alpha beta, then plus 5 multiplied by alpha minus beta, which we have derived to be this, right? So we have the square root of alpha plus beta all squared minus 4 alpha beta. All right, so from here we can substitute back our sum and the product, which we have earlier right here. The sum is 11 divided by 5, while the product is 1 divided by 5. So let us bring them back here. So this is equal to 3 multiplied by 11 divided by 5, right? Then we divide this by 1 divided by 5. Then plus 5 multiplied by the square root of 11 divided by 5 whole squared minus 4 multiplied by 1 divided by 5. We simplify and obtain our sum. Alright, so this is equal to 3 times 11 here is going to give us 33. So we have 33 divided by 5, also divide by 1 divided by 5, right? Then plus 5 multiplied by the square root of 11 squared is 121. We divide it by 5 squared, which is 25. Then minus 4 divided by 5. We are moving. So this is 33 plus, this is 5 multiplied by the square root of, if you simplify this, you're going to obtain 101 divided by 25, because you can make this one as 20 divided by 25. Therefore 121 minus 20 is 101 divided by the common denominator. So this is 33 plus 5 multiplied by the square root of 101 is still square root of 101, right? But square root of 25 is 5. So this 5 will cancel this 5. So finally our sum is 33 plus the square root of 101. We are done with the sum. Now let us go back to the product. Product meaning we should multiply those two new roots. This is what we're going to multiply. We're going to take this and multiply by this, right? This is the same thing as 3 divided by alpha, distribute over 5 alpha minus 5 beta. Then you take the second term, 3 divided by beta. You also distribute it over 5 alpha minus 5 beta. This is equal to 3 divided by alpha multiplied by 5 alpha will give us 15, because alpha will cancel alpha, minus 15 beta divided by alpha, right? Then you move to the second one, 15 alpha divided by beta, then minus 15, because beta will cancel beta, and 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And from here you can see that this will cancel this. What do we have? We have this minus this. So this is equal to 15 alpha divided by beta minus 15 beta divided by alpha. This is equal to, the LCM is beta times alpha, which is alpha beta, right? Then beta can go in here alpha times. So you multiply by 15 alpha, you have 15 alpha squared. This is minus 15 beta squared. To the top, we have 15 in common. So this is 15 alpha squared minus beta squared divided by alpha beta. Alpha squared minus beta squared is difference of two squares. So this is 15 multiplied by alpha plus beta multiplied by alpha minus beta divided by alpha beta. Now let us substitute everything back. This is equal to 15 multiplied by sum is 11 divided by 5, right? Multiplied by alpha minus beta, we have it somewhere. Let me see if I can find it here. This is where we started with alpha minus beta. We say it is the same thing as this. We further simplify it as this, right? We keep moving, we got this one. And finally, we obtain this one, which we simplified as the square root of 101 divided by 5, right? This is square root of 101 divided by 5. Then you divide it by the product, which is 1 divided by 5. Now let us simplify. 5 here can go into 15 3 times. Then you use that 3 to multiply 11. You have 33. So this is equal to 33, right? multiplied by the square root of 101 divided by 5. Then you should also divide it by 1 divided by 5, right? And the 5 will cancel. So finally we have 3 root of 101. This is the product. All right, so now we have the product and the sum right here. Let me bring them all together. This is the sum and this is the product. Now we can use the sum and the product to form the new quadratic equation. Remember that the formula is x squared minus the sum multiplied by x, then plus the product. Then you set everything to be equal to 0. So this is x squared minus the sum is 33 plus the square root of 101. Then you multiply by x. Then you add the product, which we have as 33 multiplied by square root of 101. This is equal to 0. And hence, this is the new quadratic equation formed with those two given roots. Thank you for watching. Do share to your learning colleagues and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more exciting videos. Bye-bye.